Alrighty guys, welcome back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode, we got introduced to connection events, little events that we can view between our party members and different important characters from the story, that will let us deepen our bond with them. We also went ahead and met the Bracer Guild from this game, which was a pretty neat thing. I'm glad to see there's so many characters already in this game. And so, in this episode, it's time to continue doing our rounds around the capital. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss the upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So, we have already finished up here in the Station Street, so we're just going to make our way down the list. We're going to go into the Side-In District, and there's actually quite a lot we're going to be able to do here. Not only do we have some gourmet to purchase, but there's also going to be a little dungeon we can go to down in here. So, once we get here, we'll go ahead and just check our bulletin or our map here. There is going to be a vending machine up here, which will have a unsweetened canned coffee and refreshing barley tea. And then that's it for the police station, because if you remember, last episode we did talk to members in there in order to complete a side quest. We'll come in here into the Maserati Hotel.
You like what you see?
By the Maserati bread.
Come again.
And then, looks like there's some more outside. It's always, this place isn't my favorite, just because as you can see, we're now on the wrong level. So, I get used to it eventually, but it's been basically a year since I've been back to this town, to Edith, so don't quite remember everywhere.
Please take as much time as you
In here are just some better equipment. I won't be picking those up though, because you don't need them. And right over here, we will not only have an optional event, but also you can go ahead and purchase from the last thing right here.
Hey, welcome.
Kanza's soba stall.
Don't be a stranger.
That's all the food here. And that's honestly most of what we have. But we'll go ahead and head in here to the basketball court. And actually, we didn't need to talk to you. I don't think we need to talk to you. Basically, this is just going to teach us about the basketball minigame. We need to investigate this. Shoot hoops. So, essentially, you're just going to be shooting basketball hoops. You just have to make 5 of them. I believe this shouldn't be difficult. So, we just have to... There's no... if you saw Daybreak 2 when there was basketball, there used to be opponents. Now it's just... Oh, wow. That goes up so fast. Okay, I think I have to let that charge up, and then I got to get in the rhythm of it. Let's try that again. There is an achievement, I believe, for getting all of the basketball hoops in the game. Oh, that is so unbelievably quick. How do I time this? Got it. You just have to release it at a perfect timing. And there we go. I believe that was it, right? I think so. Let's go look at our achievements. Yeah, successfully shot in basketball. That's it. That's all we needed to do. You can come do this anytime, but I don't think there's anything else associated with it. So, from here, because we've already talked to the detective, we'll just go ahead and examine this bulletin board. This is a required bulletin board.
What do we have here?
For SPG on the bulletin board, the Waterworks Bounty. This is going to explain the Bounty questline. Oh, we got a monster extermination request, and from the CID to boot. No doubt this is Ren's handiwork. Oh, that's Renee. This one's Renee. It says the target's identity is unknown. That's perfect. We need to test out our new shard tactics anyway. Yeah, okay, let's get to work. So, it's basically going to explain 4 SPGs here, but more importantly, this is also going to show off the extermination quests. If you saw the Trails in the Sky Let's Play, you already know what extermination quests are. Essentially, you just go fight big, stronger monsters in order to get the kill. Can I not go that way? So I had to go down over here. And that's it. That's the entire quest. You won't have to go talk to people. You don't really have to do anything, but you do have to progress through dungeons. So we'll go ahead and enter our first in-town dungeon. Looks like the unlock code's been updated. There, that ought to do it. There's a dangerous monster here. I can feel it. That'll be the reason why this place hasn't been cleaned out in a good long while. Oh, right. Just for caution's sake, before we start our search. If you want to adjust your orbments, just let me know. I can help with that whenever you need. Thank you, Katre. There's something I want to test out here, but for now, let's press on. So, you can now customize orbments from the main menu. This was something that was introduced towards the end of Daybreak 2, but I guess they're just going to bring it straight in here. Essentially, you can, if you go to custom, you can just open up slots from anywhere, which I think is neat. You can also just change the Zypha covers if you want to. I just like to keep it on your default setting, though. And so, with that, let's go ahead and get into our first city dungeon. So, Sidon Waterworks is going to introduce a couple of new things to us. We'll recover HP just because I don't actually remember if we were already at full. But we're going to have normal fights just like usual. Go ahead and just deal with these guys. And Van is plenty strong enough now just to basically one-shot all these guys.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
And as we come up here, we will have a brand new feature introduced to us. Looks like we've already run into some garbage that needs cleaning. Wasn't there something you mentioned earlier that you wanted to try, Van? Yeah, truth is, there's another new function we didn't get to try out during the training at Marduk HQ. Seems like I'm the only one in our current group who can manage it, though. It's called Awakening. Oh, sounds pretty strong. So you intend to try it out right away? That's right. Figured I'd better give it a trial run sooner than later. In any case, all the other new shard functions work just like how I told you guys. Follow my lead and try not to get left behind. Got it. About Awakening. Some characters, including Van, can use their Zypha to temporarily draw out latent power that lies deep within them. During the field battle, this can have effects such as increasing attack power or slowly recovering HP. Additionally, after entering a command battle, you will start the battle with each character's self-buffing craft activated for 1 turn. So, essentially, certain characters like Van or, basically, I won't spoil all of them. If your characters have a special ability that they've introduced at some point in the series, such as Van, Reen, other characters, then you can do an awakened state, which will increase your attack power and speed, and will refill your HP, and you'll start it, when you go into a command battle, you will start in a buff. So, we will have to show that off here. Let's go ahead and just do Awakening. It is not, it's not technically the Grendel, but I believe because he has access to the Grendel, that's why you're able to use this. And you can see we have that little Awakening bar up in the top left corner underneath the character portraits. When it runs out, you'll run out of Awakening.
Huh. So this
And then we'll need to
power comes
recharge
from
it.
within, huh?
Van,
Your breathing's gone ragged. I would advise against repeated use.
If you're ever feeling tired, just hang back and we'll take the wheel.
So is the Red Pendulum. I'm actually to the point where I do want to equip some stuff on Van. Red Pendulum should be good because it'll increase... Oh, no, that increases... Oh, no, it is increases strength. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead... Actually, don't need to give you anything. Do we have anything that increases ATS? Cooling Choker does, and... nothing else. And then, sure, we'll just give you the Angel Ring. Just trying to buff their... like, the things they're best at. These enemies are beefy. I'm assuming these guys might be weak to... oh, it wants me to go Awakening. Okay. The problem with Awakening is I don't think
It
like,
should be safe for now.
do you come out... Oh, no, you don't come out of Awakening. Uh-oh. I thought you might come out of Awakening when a fight's over. Nope. So you need to really make sure you're making use of this. Spark Edge, yep, they do take increased damage to magic attacks. Yeah, my Awakening meter's going away like right here.
Nice work.
There is a chest over there, but we can't get to that one just yet. So instead, we'll come down here.
Watch out for
And, ooh, not quite a one-shot.
Give it my best.
Spark Edge. And we got the stun. We'll go ahead and hop into the battle. There we go. And then we can just keep high speed up mode on right now because we're not getting into any dialogue or anything, so we should be fine. But also because I don't have it on auto progress on anyways, it won't skip through our dialogue like it typically would. And then right here is a chest, but we want to go get... That other chest. Did I miss that exit?
Still in one piece?
I must have. We'll go back for it here in a second. This is a big enemy. We're going to go ahead and use our ZOC. Get the stun. And then we have our awakening back, but I'm going to try to hold off on using it because I don't think we need to. There's our next chest for a shining goggles. Increasing my ATS. Anna's running real low on HP. We'll just finish this guy. Now I gotta run back, because we definitely missed something back here.
Come back when you're stronger.
I see like a path of some kind, because I kind of saw it pop up on the map. Is it? No. No. Oh, you can break it. I didn't see that that was a breakable fence. I actually don't know if we've ever been able to do that in a Trails game. So there's some recovery items. I wish I would have paid attention. You guys could probably see it if you went back just a few seconds. I'm assuming there was some sort of like... It looked like it was breaking, probably, if I had to guess. I have no idea. Right up here will be our next enemies. Oh, let's go ahead and use Awakening. I wonder how Awakening combined with ZOC works. That's gotta be crazy, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Man, they really wanted you to have a lot of options in the command battle, or the field battle here. Now, what's interesting is they didn't make any changes after Trails in the Sky first chapter came out, because that this game came out in Japan like a year and a half ago. So it came out before Trails in the Sky did. Huh, something's there. Looking carefully, I can see some faint lights moving around. It's probably a monster with stealth capabilities. Let's try uncovering them with a shard search. That, or we can just use ZOC and pummel them to death. Invisibility be damned. So, these are palm enemies. Go ahead and execute a shard search. But, we want to get into the fight as quick as possible. And like he said, pummel them. Because these enemies will disappear if you're not quick enough.
Well, what do you expect?
No, it ran away. Ah, that's unfortunate. So I'll show it off here in a second, but those are palm enemies. Essentially, they give... Oh, I could have shard searched and seen that as breakable. Palm enemies are not new to this game. They were in pretty much every Trails game, but Daybreak, this is the first time I believe they've been in it. Palm enemies typically give you a little bit more XP as well as some more Sepith. But in this game, the palm enemies are essentially like a one-time only enemy. So if you kill them, they will not respawn, even if you come back to this area later. However, if you do not kill them, they will run away like they just did. And when they run away, they can be respawned. You just have to get to one of the healers that will let you respawn it, or leave the area and come back. So ZOC is very useful because it makes it so that way it slows time. I think we also technically could have got into a command battle. I was trying to get close enough to them to be able to go into the command battle, but I just wasn't able to get there quick enough. That's why I turned up high speed mode as well. And now finally another new thing it's going to introduce us to. It's not new to the series, it was in the last game, but it's new to this game right now. Oh, this little gadget looks familiar. It has an orbital lock on it, if I remember right. Mare or Theo should be able to help us unlock it, right? Yes, but at a glance, the security on this lock is even better than before. For this box in particular, seems like only Theo can open it. For now, we may as well take what we can get. Agreed. Been a while since we've done this. So, these are chests with orbital locks, which are essentially chests that can only be opened by completing a maze. Now, they're not ever too difficult. The hard ones are located, well, I don't know if they exist in this game, but the hard ones are like completely optional and located in a different area. So you essentially have a time limit, and there will be bots that will be searching for you. If you get in their view, they will try to teleport you back to your last checkpoint. You'll have these walls that have codes on them. You just have to input the code quick enough. So let's just hope my controller doesn't disconnect while I'm doing these. And then up here, let's see. Do we have any enemies? No, yep. So that guy's going to chase after me, and if he catches me, he's just going to teleport me back to the start or the last checkpoint. Luckily, we were able to outrun him. And there we go. That's that one complete, and we just go to the end. Very easy. I mean, it is the first hacking, it's just introducing it to you, but typically some pretty good things will be behind it, such as a new Hollow Core, the Alter Edna. You also get a bonus SP for doing those, so make sure you do them as you see them. Now, the last thing we're going to have to talk about, I think this episode, is the Hollow Core that you just saw. So go look at Agnes, and up here where it says Hollow Core, you can actually change which one is equipped. You can do it on Van as well. I would never recommend getting rid of Mare until you get a very specific one later. But essentially, these things will change your base stats, as you can see in the top. So it's really just affects your arts damage as well as your max EP. And then your S boost. So if you remember when we're in battles, we can go ahead and hit the left bumper to boost. And I said that just boosts your stats. Well, this is where it can be changed. So the new one we have here is Alter Edna. What it's going to do is it's going to lower the cost of casting spells. It's going to regen EP after you act. And you're going to get plus 12% magical damage. I think I actually chose a good person to replace, which is Agnes. ATS plus 12%, arts range plus 1. Maybe not. I don't really feel like getting rid of that one. Oh, also brand new is the shard command. So you can see over on the right side, you'll get different shard commands depending on who you have equipped. I think I'm fine though. I don't think I want to change it out. Typically, I only change it for like very specific ones. Like you can get different versions of Mare depending on what alignment you go down, which is really good for Van. Now, finally, before we proceed, we can go ahead and walk up to the charging station. And let's go ahead and rest, because I want to show off the palms real quick and how to respawn them. So right there was the rest and respawn enemies. And if we run backwards, we'll see if that counted. I killed 4 of the palms, so I actually don't know if it will count. Let's just get rid of these guys. Let's go ahead and swap over to Agnes, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, these guys are weak to elemental damage. There's one stun. Ow. And another one. That's not a break, though. She doesn't do, like, an insane amount. Well, they got the enemy advantage. That just means they get a turn before me. That's fine. We'll go heal after this. And now, let's see. Did they respawn? I'm trying to see.
It's searching time.
I don't think so. So I guess if you just kill most of them, they will not respawn. But if we hadn't killed them and they had all fled, you could just come back here after you respawn to the area and they will reappear. So gotta be a little bit more careful, I guess, as we go through here. So with that, we'll go ahead and run over here. Heal up. And we will have our extermination mission just ahead. Also, this yellow charging device differs because you can purchase and modify weapons. You can change your orbaments here. You can trade items. It essentially acts like a, honestly, a little bit of everything. Has like some of the best gear you can buy right now. Has some of the best orbaments. If you ever see this, if you did not stock up before you came to a dungeon, just check these out. They'll usually be before the end of a dungeon, right before a big boss. So with that, let's go ahead and head on inside. A fearsome foe is prowling around. And then you'll have the option to exterminate or hold off, because sometimes you will just stumble. Well, you'll never really stumble upon them. In this game, you kind of know where they're at, but in other Trails games, you might not mean to stumble upon them. Go ahead and exterminate.
Get ready. This enemy's tough.
The Magna Serpent. And these are a little bit harder enemies. These are, I would consider them elite enemies, not necessarily bosses. But they do have a good amount of HP. You can see there they have 20,000 HP. We're honestly probably going to open with just a Klein Force to boost our Clean Force, to boost our strength. And then honestly, let's just... we're going to hold off. We're going to do a normal attack first. And then we have a Blitz here we can do. And then Aaron gets a free Earthbreaker, because he has a 0-cost ATS. And now with Burgard, let's go ahead and vandalize Raid X.
Time for the main event.
And then we still have more S boost there. So let's go ahead and do an attack with him first. And then we can... Ooh, I didn't want a Phoenix Dance. That sucks. I wanted to use Burgard. Whoops. That's his Phoenix Dance. Agnes has Brilliant Halo. I won't use it, but essentially heals, gives a shield, and revives all allies. Normal attack. And then normal attack again. And then we will Howling Ruin. Okay, and then on yes, only ever wants to cast spells. Good thing we do have Earthbreaker on her. We'll get her near Aaron here. And then Aaron probably is also just going to cast spells. I can Vandalize Raid, but I'll hold off on doing that till next turn. You can see every time we S-Break, our S boost also increases. Vandalize Raid. Most of the time, these elite enemies can just be beaten by spamming attacks. Oh, we also have... We can get an EX chain. Let's go ahead and EX chain with Aaron. Because we got the stun. There we go. That's enough to kill. Obtained Septium Vein from the Wanted Monster. So you also typically get some good gear, or in this case, a better orbiment. And that's the bounty completed, and 3,000 Mira, as well as some LGC alignment. Usually it's law because you're getting rid of monsters. And that's it for this location. There's literally nothing else here. You can go back and heal if you want to. But I will go ahead and quickly throw on that orbiment we got. This is one that I like to swap around so somebody always has it on my team. It's plus 30% Sepith upon defeating enemies in command battle. It is specifically command battle, but we'll go ahead and give that to Van. And then I believe that's it for the dungeon here, the sewers. So we will go ahead and head on out of here. And I don't actually think you can. Can you come here straight from Sidon? Yes, you can. It is now a location. But we're going to go ahead and go to Treon Tower next. Because, as I said, we had talked to a lot of the people there. So I think this episode's going to be actually a lot more of the actually getting to explore. Because there's not many more required things for us to do. I am kind of dreading one of the optional things we're going to have to do here in a second, but it'll require us to get to the final location here, back to the marsh. So we'll see if we get there this episode. I don't know how much is in Treon Mall. Huh? Looks like they're putting on some kind of show. The recent excitement over the space program has them holding more events than ever before now. On top of that, even subcultures like idols have been getting a bigger share of the spotlight. Oh, sounds like fun! It does catch my interest. But what's really on my mind is how businesses in foreign countries are reacting to things. Well, there are a handful of places here where we can follow up on those fronts. The Vern Store, Valus Investment Bank, and the Liberal Boutique, for example. Let's add them to the list and take a lap around. Might be smart to peek at whatever's happening on stage, too. So, we have a bunch of things for us to do here. So, we'll go ahead and just look at our map. We'll start with this top area. Let's go ahead and start with R&M over here.
They're hosting an event about the
This has probably the most amount of things for us to find, or the most variety of things for us to find. There are gifts, there are things we need to buy for the exchange, there are recipes, there are gourmet items, there's just so much here. On top of that, there's this. Stardust Cinema, huh? Feels like it's been forever since I last came here. Sacred Journey, the tale of a wild nun and a young boy journeying through the wilderness. Well, would you look at that? Judith's in the lead role. She's such a brainless klutz all the time. I forget that she's a famous superstar. Hey, come on, Aaron, that's mean. I'm curious about this Detective Skoyrit movie, too. Well, if we're feeling a movie, we can go ahead and see one during our break. Probably won't have the time to catch up both of them, though, unfortunately. They both sound like an excellent watch. I'm torn between the two myself. So, movie watching. Whenever you have free time like we have now, essentially every time you can do side quests, you will have a movie theater you can go to. They'll usually be marked in blue, and there are 12 movies you need to watch throughout the game in order to get your entire achievement completed for collecting all the movie posters, which we'll go over in a second. So, we'll go ahead and walk up to here and choose to watch a movie.
Right up.
And I'm going to be choosing the ones that are the quickest way to complete all the movies. So, every time you come back here, like if tomorrow we have more free time and we come back here, different movies will be showing. Every movie only shows a certain amount of times. However, the order will change. It is a set order in-game, so you can just memorize it. Like, it will always be Sacred Journey and Detective Squarit right off the bat. But I will be going through the order so we can complete this achievement the quickest. So, we're going to go ahead and choose Sacred Journey. Now, who should I invite to see me? See it with me. We're going to go ahead and do Agnes and I think Fairy. Yeah, so in order to max out the connection of your team, you do need to watch a movie with every single member of your party. So we'll go ahead and do Agnes and Fairy first. That's 3 tickets for 600 Mira. We'll go ahead and purchase it. And we head to the movie theater. Now, this is the one thing I won't read. We are just going to fast forward through the movie because it's not plot. It's just, you're going to see, you'll hear the meh, and then it's just text boxes. And then, like, sometimes something will pop up on screen. Like a still image from the movie.
What's a lady of the cloth doing out here all by herself?
Oh, this is new.
Lost
This has never been voiced either.
Hey, you worthless sods, get over here now! Huh? Where in blazes are they?
If you're looking for your men, I just tucked them all in for a nice little dirt nap. As for you, you're going to return all the food and valuables you took from the settlement. With interest.
You ain't a sister. You're a monster. You do know I've got a hostage here, yeah? If you care about the girl's life, you'll...
Barbara, I freed the girl. Now you can kick this scumbag's ass without any distractions.
Told you to call me Miss Barbara, you little snot. Whatever. Good work, Vince. I'm about to bring the weight of your sins crashing down right into your skull. I'll give you 10 seconds to make your final confession. 10, 9, 8.
Wait! What do you say you come and work for me instead?
3, 2, 1,
What the hell happened to 7 through...
0!
Okay, that's fun. They've never been voiced before, so I was expecting just to click A. Usually it shows a still image and just text on the screen. You do get a fun little interaction after the movie, though. This dialogue, I believe, is unique, though, because it depends on who you bring to see what movie. I really enjoyed seeing this side of Judith. Also, the strong-minded sister and the orphan boy made for quite the interesting pair. Yeah, when I heard the main duo were a traveling sister and an orphan, I figured it was going to be an emotional movie that went for the heartstrings. Turns out it was its own unique sort of thing. Had all the elements of a classic road trip movie, but did it in a fresh new way. I'd wager a lot of that unique vibe it had was due to the strong personalities of its 2 leading characters. For sure, especially when they really started gelling as a team in the second half. I was thinking, the movie ended with Vince deciding to join Barbara on her travels. So if they do decide to make a sequel, I'm excited to see how the writers build on their relationship from there. Same here. The characters play off each other so well, they've definitely got the potential to become a great duo. I'm so happy the village was saved in the end, and that those rotten thieves got what was coming to them. When I first heard that this was a movie about a traveling sister helping a town, I pictured something completely different. Yeah, she definitely went for the more, forceful and direct kind of help, huh? But considering Barbara's past and Vince's street smarts, it was definitely the kind of solution that fit the characters best. For sure, and even beyond that, I don't really know how to put it, but it felt like the movie did a good job of showing different kinds of strength. Whether it was Barbara beating down the thieves, or showing her caring side as a sister. How surprisingly brave Vince ended up being, or the inner strength the chief's daughter had. It was kind of like, along their journey, people with different kinds of strengths met, were drawn to each other, and helped each other grow. Maybe that's what the movie was trying to say, that life's like that too. Not a bad way to look at it, huh? That definitely seems like the kind of takeaway you'd come away from it with. So, now they're selling brochures. You want to pick these up. This is really the big, well, other than completing your connection events, this is the big reason for wanting to watch it. It's because you will need to get every single brochure in order to get an achievement. There are 12 brochures for 12 movies. So that's it for the Stardust Cinemas today. Next, we'll go ahead and head over here. And we can actually head up to the observation deck. This is an optional area. I don't actually think there's anything up here besides a single vending machine that we want. We might get a little event. No, there's nothing here. So we're just going to go ahead and head over here. Because this vending machine
Hey there. What would
sells
you
a
like?
Treon squash.
Come again.
Now, what's fun is if you look out there, you see the city, which is massive, but I want to say, at least in Daybreak 2, you could see past it, couldn't you? I could have sworn you could have seen all the way to Crossbell. Well, maybe they changed that in this game, because I have not seen anything but the same cityscape over and over and over again. So go ahead and go back down. There are a few different story events here, but I think these are quick ones. I don't think these are I don't think these are main characters. I think these might just be like shop owners that we're talking to. In here in the Vern store, we can go ahead and pick up the Eisen vacuum, which is a new gift. That is for Judith. And then the cyber goggles, we'll pick those up. Those are goggles which will be needed for later to trade in. Now, I believe we can't actually give this to Judith right now. We can check. No, you can. Perfect. We'll go ahead and hand that over to her. And now, we'll go ahead and head down below. So, this is a double layer area.
Search time.
Now, down here, we'll have a couple more shops. Right here is the Quincy Parlor with the... We'll start with these, the Peppermint Tea and the Parfait de Royale. And then the Soul Chef Herbal Teas. So, these are recipes that you actually have to learn. So, if I go to our items, if I go over to... Well, it's at the top here, but they're also going to be under key items, I think. Or is it going to be under cooking? What is the books under? I could have sworn it was under key items, but it's not popping up here. No? I guess it's just right here. It has to be under items. So you'll go ahead and learn it. And now we learned the recipe for calming chamomile tea. And because of the new stuff, the new way to cook here, I want to say... You can also see there... Well, we'll talk about this one in a second. You can see that you can view your 4 SPGs, your connect events with all your characters. I also think... No, can't view anybody else. All your enemies you fought. You can view all the different kinds of palms, which are very interesting because I guess we technically fought those. You can view your gourmets and your books. Now, I don't know. Can I get it under drinks? No. Home cooking? Yes, the chamomile tea. So I try to make these as soon as I can, just so I don't have to worry about it later. So go ahead and make one calming chamomile tea.
I put quite a lot of effort
And there we
into
go.
this.
So now the cooking's complete, so we no longer have to worry about that one. We'll go ahead and eat all the food here in a second. But for now, let's go ahead and head over here to the Moonlight Bracelet. This is another one we're going to want for later. So go ahead and pick that up now. And then we'll head over here
Welcome.
to the Valus
can I help
Investment
you?
Bank and get the camel leather wallet. And now we're out of money. We are so broke, but that is all 3 of the exchange items we actually needed to get from here. Now,
come
there
again.
is one more item we have to purchase over here. And I'm probably going to have to make some sales in order to buy it. Is it in the Liberal Boutique? Yes, it is. So we do have to go in here. Let me, before I do that, let's go ahead and just use all of our food here. We're level 4. We get ATS plus 4 to all party members. And there we go. Rank 5, max HP plus 250 to all party members. Now, if you watch Trails in the Sky first chapter, you're going to recognize this person. Back when we played through Daybreak 2, I said that there was a maid from the very first game that appeared in this game. Well, this is Lila from Trails in the Sky first chapter. I believe her name's Lila. But she is the maid from the first town you visit. Yep, it is Lila right there. We'll go ahead and
quite
shop
proud of
first.
what we
Get the
have.
Antarose Sable. And then we're so broke, we need to go sell some... Well, can we exchange some Sepith first? Yes, we can. And the Strega Vice.
We'll be looking
So there we go.
forward to you
Now let's go ahead and go use our Strega Vice, which goes to
I
Katre.
feel a little guilty.
And now we'll go ahead and talk to them. Thank you so much for agreeing to this impromptu interview. For the headline, I'm thinking Liberal's very own Supermaid, a deep dive into Lila's success in the uncharted waters of Calvard. That's cool. She gets her own little, she didn't get this back in the first game or the second game.
I feel as though that would be giving me too much credit.
And she's voiced in this game. That's awesome. I'm glad which is, again, this came out after or before Trails in the Sky first chapter remake got done. So I'm glad they're giving her some a show here.
Nevertheless, it is truly an honor to have assisted the revered liberal news.
Heck yeah, I'll make this into a front page piece guaranteed. Oh, by the way, do you mind if I take some photos of the store's interior too?
By all means.
She has the same voice actor as Fee. Hello, Lila. Looks like somebody's keeping busy. Made a change of wardrobe too, even. If I'm remembering right, you wore a more casual maid getup back at the Aramis Academy Festival. It's been quite some time since I've donned a vintage-style dress like this. That reporter came all the way from my home country of Liberal to cover the space program. As such, when she offered to interview me, I dusted this off to wear during it, as well as my upcoming business trip. I knew you used to be an actual maid, but damn, who knew you'd rock this fit this hard? You cut such a fine figure, one would presume it was specially tailored. It totally puts the dress in dress for the job. I feel much the same. So, rewinding a bit, you mentioned a business trip? Yes, a while ago, a connection of mine reached out to me over a particular matter. Starting tomorrow, I'll be away from Edith for a few days to attend to it. Oh, really? That's a bit sudden. Interesting timing. Wonder what that matter and who that connection could be. I apologize for any inconveniences this may cause, but rest assured, the store will be in good hands during my absence. We hope to still have your continued patronage. Yeah, of course. And we've already talked to her, so nothing else to get there. And I believe that is everything we can pick up from this town, or from this part of the town. So we'll go ahead and, other than the 4SPG up there, let's go ahead and just walk up to the stage. Attention all Treon Mall visitors, we thank you for your patience. Our Space Talk show, sponsored by Project Startaker, will begin momentarily. In it, we'll be delving into the hot-button topic of the space program in a fun, digestible way. Now, allow me to introduce our two lovely hosts and ambassadors of Project Startaker. It's the up-and-coming hit idol duo, Vega. Give them a hand, folks. Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel from Vega. We'll make this a day you'll never forget. And I'm Yulia. I'm so glad you all could make it. Before we begin the show, we'll be performing one of our most popular numbers. Get ready for Planet Rain. Well, because they're not voiced, that means they're not important characters. Damn, people are getting really pumped up over this, huh? Feels like idols have really been gaining traction lately. This particular duo quickly rose to fame after being selected as the space program's ambassadors. That said, they weren't the original choices. You have got to be kidding me. That should be us up there. Those are the idols from this town that we've met in the previous two games. They're always associated with a side quest. Looks like there's more to this than meets the eye.
Oh, is that Van and his helpers I spy?
Is Olivier here? No, I think it's the same voice actor, though. No. What the? Who is... I'm trying to remember who this guy's voice actor is. Because I don't think it's Matt Mercer. Wait, that's... Prince Sherrod in the CID too? Sherrod Asval. I gotta know. Kayla I don't really care about. Keelika
Fortuitous turn of events.
is important.
I certainly wasn't anticipating your presence here.
No, Alejandro Saab, which I've heard, he's been in other games we've played recently.
Could this be a sign? Or a blessing even from Arusha herself?
Or perhaps it's merely the result of how many ties we have in common.
It's so fun now that we've played Trails in the Sky on this channel that, like, characters like Keelika, it's just such a big jump because this is the newest game and she was in the very first game. So it's like, man, over a, like, 10-year period, how'd she get here? So, what's the Crown Prince of Elsaim doing with the CID's Flying Swallow? Let me guess, conducting a sneak peek of the space program? And where'd your usual bodyguard go?
She's serving as my sister's security detail while she's off traveling about. In her stead, Miss Second Lieutenant here is keeping a hawk's eye on my surroundings for me.
Frankly, I'm still at a loss for words. Never in my life did I expect to escort a prince to an idol show. Not to mention in such an open space, and without even clearing the perimeter.
You'll have to excuse my fondness for the energizing ambiance of these live shows. Besides, we needn't worry about snipers or assassins. After all, every pair of eyes, nefarious or no, are set on President Gramhart and his space program.
You might be right about that. I take it the CID's been stretched thin? Seems like you're being pushed into funneling all your focus into the space program, internal factions aside.
Perceptive as always. I, in particular, am in no position to turn down requests from the President.
Oh. She must be referring to the coup of a few months ago that never came to be. In that respect, it's only a matter of time before every member of the CID is roped into the project. Speaking personally, to call it quite the blow to my pride would be an understatement. So basically, you're taking the chance to squeeze in a little information exchange with people on the outside before that happens. I'm still not past how weird it is seeing a top-rung government big shot reduced to a pawn on the chessboard. Although, well, same is complying with their request to restrict flights south of the Ishgal Mountains. A line in the sand has clearly been drawn. Once again, I find myself struck with awe over President Gramhart's prowess and unyielding passion for his project, in more ways than one. There's no need for you to feel guilty on our account. Moreover, regardless of my station, I will always strive to give everything my best and fullest efforts. Doing so aligns with his principle as well. Ah. Right, and that's something I refuse to compromise on as well. Regarding that unrealized coup, I'm committed to doing whatever I can to not only atone for mistakes I made there, but grow from them too. Wow, good on you. Yeesh, a certain someone I know would probably say the same in your shoes. You CID bunch sure are cut from the same cloth. Anyway, I'm game to keep working together where it makes sense if you are. I can make no guarantees, but so long as our interests continue to align, I'd be happy to do so. The same applies for us in Elsane. I've no doubt we will be relying on you well into the future, Van. Oh my, such positively electric energy. The rock concert I saw with Van before was exhilarating for certain, but this is beyond compare. If you'll excuse me, I feel a sudden inclination to make up for lost time from back then. But wait, Your Highness, I would really advise against mingling with the crowd. Then why not accompany me if it perturbs you so? Come, let us partake in this glow stick dancing I've heard so much about. I'll admit, I don't entirely envy the second lieutenant right now. Feels like he's loosened up a bit recently. Guy resembles the debaucherous prince more every time I see him. That's what I just said. Indeed, though whether that's good or bad thing is up for debate. So, that's it for this area when it comes to main content, but we can go ahead and head up here to the 4SPG and interact with this one.
We got.
And the space investment scam has been added to our to-do list. Space business. I'm starting to see a trend here. Yeah, not picking up much of a scent here, but that's fine. Suppose there's no harm in keeping this one in mind. So we'll go ahead and go to our to-do list and make sure we track. What? That's interesting. Okay, well, it's just down here. Oh, is it because it's already tracked? Maybe? We're gonna go talk to this guy. Are you the Johannes that posted the 4SPG? Does that mean you're the Spriggan? I'm so glad the rumors were true. I can finally have some hope. You said something about getting caught up in an investment scam. Honestly, I'm not sure if a 4SPG is the right fit. Well, we'll hear you out at the very least. So you gave all your investment money to a guy who claimed to be working for a security firm. Yes, he said that Stellatech, a business with ties to the Verne Company, was going public soon. He was very enthusiastic when he recommended that I buy stock. Seeing as it was related to the space program, he told me the paperwork would be more complex than usual, which is why he volunteered to act as my agent for the deposit. Then he went cold turkey on you, and to add insult to injury, you attracted a swarm of scammers, all out to suck you dry. Ha! Sounds like you were careless. Of course, it's obvious looking back on it. But at the time, I guess I was just caught up in the space program fervor. It ain't uncommon for those sorts of scammers to ride the waves of big events. The fact that you've got more suspicious folks coming after you means they probably added you to a list of potential marks. One question. Why come to us? Why not go to the guild or the police? Yes, well, I really need the Mira back now. Without it, I won't be able to make ends meet. Using the police would add a whole bunch of hoops to jump through. That's why I came to you. Is this not the sort of case you can handle? Honestly, I don't buy the reasoning. What about you, Van? It's true that this is more suited to the police's line of work, but it might be worth doing. Just consider it another thing falling through the cracks thanks to the space program. Indeed, this could be a chance to get a better look at the influence the space program has on the economy, both on the surface and in the shadows. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll get a little bit of law and gray from this. Alright, this isn't exactly in our wheelhouse, but we'll handle it. Really? Thank you so much. You said the company they wanted you to invest in was Stella Tech, right? Makes you wonder if the company ever exists, huh? I have heard the name before. I think it's even related to the Vern Company, too. But I never heard anything about them looking for investors.
If even Quatre hasn't heard about it, then the talk of investments may well have been a ruse.
Space Tech, right? Did they say exactly what part of the company was in charge of? Yes, the satellite that was launched the other day. I was told they had a patent related to its core technology. Since they expect more space program projects in the future, they decided to go public during Project Startaker to enjoy explosive stock prices. Right, but I heard Marduk was central to the development of the satellite itself. Would it be possible for Stella Tech to get a patent just by being involved? Of course, most of the parts and observation equipment are made by Vern Company and affiliates. Regardless of whether or not they're looking for investors, the company itself does exist, which means we ought to be careful when looking into things so as not to disrupt their business. And we'll need to determine exactly what's a lie and what's not in terms of the technology, the patent, and the investment opportunity. Maybe we should start here at Treon Mall. We should be able to learn about Stella Tech at the Vern store. There's also the Valus Investment Bank, where we might be able to learn about any investments or stock. We could end up getting information about Marduk's satellite technology as well. Right, and let's start with that. If it really is a scam, then we'll deal with it in the usual way after that. They're both right over there, so let's start asking questions. You're not wasting any time. Thank you, truly. I'm hopeful that your search will be fruitful.
Okay, time to get
Space investment scam started. Let's do it. So we're going to go ahead and head into the Valus store and the investment bank. Or the Valus investment bank and the Vern store. We're going to use a topic about Stella Tech.
Do you have a moment?
You want to know about Stella Tech? Yeah, we got reason to believe someone might be using their name without permission. We wanted to learn more detailed information about the company to be sure.
Especially anything pertaining to the company's stocks or investment trends. It would also be helpful if we could check on possible relations between satellite technology and companies under Valus.
Firstly, Stella Tech has not taken their stock public, and there are no plans to do so at this time. They were originally established by the Vern Company internally to handle development of specific technologies. That's because it was established to meet the demands of Project Startaker. The company is heavily subsidized by the government, in addition to being financed by the Vern Company. In other words, there's no need for them to solicit investments through stocks at this time. I see, and using their name for a money-making scheme doesn't really make sense. What about the satellite technology? At the very least, I can confirm that they don't hold any patents for the satellite systems. They did, however, develop a material used in the satellite in cooperation with Marduk. I heard the Vern Company has also been developing observation technology, in addition to equipment for the rocket. However, the overall satellite framework has been outsourced to and fully developed by Marduk. That's completely different than the story Johannes was told. Yeah, we've heard plenty. Sorry for all the questions. That's quite alright. Next, we'll go ahead and head upstairs to use the exact same topic on the Vern store. Right over here. Don't know how just random managers are going to know this stuff, but sure.
Got something to ask you.
Stella Tech. Yes, it appears there are rumors going around that Stellatech is going public. But you haven't heard anything about that at Vern, have you? No, not at all. Stellatech was established by Vern in conjunction with the space program when they consolidated assets from different sectors. The company is really a focused project team, so I find it hard to imagine that going public on their own. It's probably worth pointing out that since they're involved in the space program, their establishment has probably been kept under wraps. Yes, it was privately set up to efficiently develop technology for the program. There's no way they would be advertising in order to solicit investments. That said, their name has been mentioned by the Vern Group in the public-facing materials, among other places. Yeah, we did see him listed on Vern website. But it was nothing more than that. Didn't stand out in the least. Which means they're not widely known. Compared to more famous corporations, it's harder to get a beat on them. And since Vern's got them on their site, people are more likely to feel that like they can trust it. And that's what the culprit's banking on, huh?
Still, the inconsistencies are readily apparent. Perhaps the culprit is none too familiar with Stellatech or the program.
Yep, seems like they're coasting entirely on name recognition and hype. Is it true that the company holds patents related to the satellite's core technology? No, Marduk is the one that's taking the lead when it comes to development of the satellites. It's true that the Vern company provided some of the auxiliary hardware and raw materials, but they wouldn't have patents on anything that could be considered core technology. As it happens, Stellatech developed a special heat-resistant material used to protect satellite parts. Oh, I suppose that makes sense. I've heard that temperatures in space can change by over 200 degrees between day and night. Heat resistance is probably indispensable. Well, we learned what we need to about Stellatech's position within the Vern Company. I know you're busy, but thank you for taking the time to talk to us. It's my pleasure, given the current situation lends itself to a variety of troubles. I completely understand where you're coming from. I'm happy to have been of assistance. Okay, we've gathered enough info. Yes, the investment opportunity was a complete fabrication. It would be best if we could catch the scammers now, if only to protect the good name of Stellatech. Gotta say, there's way more holes in their sales pitch than I thought. Exactly, the scammer clearly knew next to nothing about Stellatech. Their name might as well have been pulled out of a hat. Like Van said, it's probably because next to nobody knows about it, and there's a wave of space program hype. So you think the culprit doesn't know what he's talking about either? Seems that way. Now that he's got our client added to his list of marks, he's told other solicitors. My guess is that he's the type to work across a wide and shallow pool. For a swindle like that, he's not likely to do a lot of research.
Then why not ask more technical questions? They're sure to slip up.
If they do, they're not likely to be able to talk their way out of it. Seems like meeting up with them might actually be the quickest way to go. Let's get their contact info from the client. I see. You're interested in space-related investments? I must say, you certainly got a keen eye for opportunity. Stellatech in particular is certain to see its stock prices surge in the future, thanks to being contracted to develop the satellite. I thought that might be the case, but I heard that with the announcement of the space program, buying stocks right now might have extra complications. Oh, you can just leave that to me. Simply send us the mirror and we'll make sure everything goes smoothly. Oh, perfect. I'd love to hear the details. How about we meet up in the Center March's rest area to discuss everything? I'll prepare all the necessary documentation and contracts and we can get everything taken care of right away. Great, I'll head over now. Sounds like he fell for it. Now all we gotta do is push until he slips up. Let's hurry to the meeting spot. So we'll go ahead and head over to our Center Marsh, and then we're pretty much done here at the Trion Mall. So we're going to, I believe, head up here, and I'm going to hope it doesn't trigger. Okay, we should be good. You can see when we come back to Center Marsh to get everything, there's a lot of stores to go through. Up here will be the rest area, and we can talk to the scam artist here. Or professional stock trader, I should say. Excuse me, we spoke about the investment opportunity? That voice. You must be the gentleman I was just talking to on the phone. I've been waiting for you. Shall we get started? So you see, Stellatech is poised to be the pioneer in innovation. In consideration of this, our firm has decided to elicit investments for this up-and-coming company. As a part of our services, we'll even handle all the transactions and such on your behalf. Huh, just like the client said. From the way he's talking, there are probably other victims out there. And it's about time we made our move. Here goes nothing. You don't mind if I ask a few questions, do you? Not at all. Please ask whatever you'd like. Now then, how do I use the information we've got to make him expose himself as a fraud? Maybe I'll ask about... So these are SP-related questions, so make sure you choose the right ones. The first is going to be technology released in order to go public. If they're going public, then Stellatech must have shown off some kind of tech. Could you tell me more about what they're making? Ah, yes, certainly, of course. We're very aware. It's the satellites... But there are many different parts, such as frame construction, reaction control systems, communication devices, and so on. I happen to know the frame in particular is being made by the Marduk company. So which part of the satellite's technology was developed by Stellatech in particular? It was... let me see... yes, the main engine. Prometheus 4 does not have a main engine. It only has a reaction control device. Final orbit is achieved via an apogee kick motor connected to the fairing. To the best of my knowledge, Stellatech was working on something related to insulation. Yes, that's right. It was for insulation, to protect the satellite from the heat of the rocket's propulsion. No, the fairing is what's protecting the satellite from the heat of the rocket and the atmospheric friction. Stellatech was working on a cover to guard the precision equipment against the variable temperature in space. This industry's got everyone's eyes on it, so how could you not know about the technology that's been made public? My apologies, it's just that there's so much technical information and I got a little confused. May I ask a question as well? But please do. So where do we push next? The next one is going to be the timing, this is going to be the timing of going public. Yes, want to make sure, because we already know the need for satellite technology, the timing of going public. Just when is Stellatech going public? We believe it will be sometime this month. And shouldn't there have been a heads up at the beginning of this fiscal year? The timing is suspiciously close to Startaker's announcement. I can't help but feel it's a little too early, considering they were involved in a national security project. They may have been considering it in anticipation of the public unveiling of Project Startaker. But at that stage, the initial satellite wouldn't even have launched. They wouldn't have been able to prove themselves. But even now, no one knows how the schedule might fluctuate. Just yesterday, the second launch was moved up. And there seems to be only more undisclosed information about the project. Can they really go public at a time like this? It seems to me that they would wait until the project is completed, and they've already proven themselves before looking to the future. Unfortunately, I don't actually work for Stellatech. It appears to me that you doubt this investment opportunity. In which case, perhaps this business venture simply isn't for you. Why are you in such a hurry to leave? We're not finished yet.
I also had some questions I wanted to ask. Is there a reason you cannot continue to provide us with answers?
You know, I don't think we've even asked the name of your brokerage firm yet. You can tell us that much, can't you? It's Keith Securities. Gotcha. Then we'll just ask your company the rest of our questions directly. Hold on a sec. Why is it we're getting no hits for any brokerage with that name? You're busted, buddy, you damn swindler. If you really wanted to fool us, then you should have done your research. So this is how it ends, huh? Now, we wouldn't mind just turning you into the police. But we were actually asked to get back the Mira. So why don't we make a deal? Instead of us selling you to people who are a lot scarier than the police, you just return the Mira you took from Johannes. Just what do you intend to do to me? Which of my connections should I use to scare him? So here is your alignment choice. In this case, I guess it might have changed in this game. Chaos is actually Marduk, and the CID is Gray. So we're going to go ahead and choose Marduk, because we're going the Chaos route. What you're doing is kind of interfering with both the Vern Company and Marduk. From what I heard, Marduk's been collecting criminals as part of a danger management initiative. Who knows what kinds of experiments they're carrying out? Some bluff. There's no way someone like you is in touch with And hey, if you think we're bluffing, that's fine. I'll just have her reach out. Oh, you know what, Rosette? There actually was something I wanted you to arrange for me with Marduk. Wait a sec. Alright, fine. I'll return the mirror I took, so please just turn me over to the police. You've got yourself a deal. The group then watched as the scammer took the mirror from his account and passed it over to Van. Once that was done, they immediately handed him over to the police. And we earned 2 bonus SP for our choices in that conversation. I simply cannot thank you enough. It's hard to believe you were able to get all my money back from me. If we couldn't do that much, then nobody'd bother coming to us instead of the police or guild. We've taken brief notes about Stella Tech and the scam artist and provided them to you. I hope they will be of help. Yeah, just try not to do something this careless again, alright? Getting your name passed around by scammers as an easy mark is just lame. If you're going to invest, then make sure you do your due diligence. Don't be so quick to believe the promises of strangers. Keep that in mind, and things will get better for you. You got me there. Well, take this lesson to heart and make sure you keep your wits about you, especially during booms like these. Oh, I will. I have definitely learned my lesson. Well, now that I've got my mirror back, I should deposit it as soon as I can. Thanks again. Ew, it's a good thing we managed to solve this. But it was just a regular old scam.
Right you are. It seems the culprit was trying his hand at a variety of scams. There was nothing special about it to tie it to the space program.
That said, it's nice that we were able to confirm that Marduk and the Vern Company are both related to the project. And that there's no room for outsiders to weasel their way into the tech development. Could be useful information when it comes to future space program-related problems. Which means it wasn't all for nothing. Now let's get back to it.
And with that, the case
The space investment scam is completed. We get Samira, and we should get just a little bit of a Chaos Law and Gray. And our Chaos ranks up to rank 2. And with that, we also get an achievement for hitting Chaos Alignment level 2. And with that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure we only have one more episode to go through Center March. After that, we've done all the exploring and all the checking in on all the different people and places. So after that, we should be able to start progressing the main story to go somewhere else. And so with that, guys, I will see you all in the next one.